Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Guns for Hire from You Always Win, and welcome to another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare video. Now, this isn't your standard video. I'm actually doing this as a test. The previous recordings, remember I told you I was going to be improving the quality. The problem was I was using a Hauppauge rocket, which isn't, I've used Hauppauge for years. I don't want to say anything bad about them because, quite honestly, more than 5 years ago, I started using it to record the very first Call of Duty videos I ever made, and it did a great job, like the standard Hauppauge box. But with the PS3, or PS4 rather, and the Xbox One, I got the Hauppauge rocket, which is kind of like the equivalent of the Elgato recording device, and honestly, it's not good. If you're looking at, you want to record either Xbox One or PS4 and you want to do high quality, especially now that YouTube offers 60 frames per second, which is what this video is recorded in. I'll go into details about that as well. I'm just going to say right now, do not waste your money on the Hauppauge. It is not a good high quality device, and the Elgato is seemingly doing a better. Maybe, maybe Hauppauge will put something out later. They definitely need to step up their game because, I've used them for a long time, and I've always, liked the quality and everything like that, but the rocket simply cannot compete with the Elgato HD60 right now. So let's get into what this video is for and what you're looking at. I actually tweeted out a sample of this video this morning on Twitter, and if you're not following me on Twitter, do so. The link is in the description. Chat. I let you guys see some things before it's even released, such as this video, getting feedback from you guys, because I wanted to make sure that people were actually able to see it. Now, accordingly, this is supposed to be viewable, like the 60... Oh, look at that epic fail. It's supposed to be... The 60 frames per second is supposed to be available eventually on almost all browsers. And although I was told that it's not available on mobile phones, some of you said this morning that you were actually using the YouTube app on your mobile phone, and it was giving you the 60 frames option. So that's good to know. And this is the problem, is, you hear all this information, you're not sure what's valid and what's not. And I did a few testing myself as well. I got Firefox. Right now it seems that it's only available on Safari for Macs, if you're using an iMac or whatever, or, just an Apple computer, or on Chrome. Now, it's supposed to be for Internet Explorer and Firefox eventually, but I do not think that it is supported right now. I checked it on Firefox. It's definitely not on there. You'll know in the selection, when you select the quality, look for 720/60, or it says 720p 60 or 1080p 60. It has to have the 60 beside it, and it's only in HD. Obviously, 60 frames per second at 360p or 480 is kind of useless. What's the point of amping up the quality? If it's not in HD, you know what I mean? I think that's probably why they went for that, but hopefully you guys can see this. The problem, too, though, when I'm watching this, and there was a huge difference. I mean, for more than 5 years, I've been recording gameplay footage, using the Hauppauge at 30 frames. And every time I look at it on the editor, like in the Sony Vegas software editor, I'm looking at it at 30 frames. So honestly, when I put the very first clip, this clip right here, when I put that in Vegas to render, and I'm watching the preview, like I'm watching this right now as I'm commentating, and I'm like, oh my god, like I didn't honestly think there would be that big of a difference. In the previewer here, the difference is huge. Like, this looks incredibly smooth. It looks way more like I'm actually playing the game. Like, if I had the controller, I'd probably be moving around going, oh my god, why am I doing that? You know what I mean? But when I did the test clip, and I already know what this looks like, because I wanted to actually see what it looked like before I uploaded it. There is a difference. There's a difference in the quality. It's a little bit smoother, but in all honesty, it's not as good as I thought it would be. It's certainly not as good as I'm watching it on the preview. The preview, and even on the Vegas preview, doesn't look as good as the raw. Like, if I just click on the raw file that came straight from the Elgato, it looks awesome. 1080p, 60 frames, watching the raw MP4 file that it's recorded in looks incredible. Once it's in Vegas, it looks better, but again, I'm watching it on the preview, way better than what any of my other videos look like. True. But once YouTube, you got to remember that it encodes it, it processes it. Any raw file never looks as good as it does, raw. Like YouTube, it doesn't matter how high quality. That's kind of why we were skeptical and not really we're not pushing all of our videos to go to 60 frames right now. It's simply the quality's really not worth it. And you got to understand, at 1080p, 60 frames per second video, the file size is huge. Now, if you're, as a viewer, you don't really care. You're just like, oh, make it look really nice. But on our side, it takes considerably longer to render. It takes a heck of a lot longer to upload. And that means if something goes wrong, and believe me, right when you don't want it to happen, something goes wrong. Either your internet craps out or YouTube does its funky thing. They've added some new feature which totally screws up everything else. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's not processing it right, or it crashes, and then you've got to re-upload the whole thing, and once it's uploaded, it's got to process. And on You Always Win, as you may notice, we have a scheduled time. We do things on a schedule. It's Minecraft, Zombies, Borderlands, and then Call of Duty. That's the way the schedule is right now. And we try and stick with it, so you know at certain time of the day, what to expect to watch. But when one of these files crashes, as big as they are, it takes a long time to upload. It's not so bad with Call of Duty, because they're usually, much smaller, under 10 minutes, typically under 10 minutes, unless everyone's sort of camping everywhere, which I'm sure I'm going to be posting some of those games. But, a 20-minute video takes a long time. Takes a long time to re-upload and a long time to process. I'm going to continue doing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare at 1080p 60 frames. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tell me, what do you think? If you can watch it at 1080p or 720p at 60 frames, do you notice a difference? Do you guys think the quality's good? I mean, either way, I'm going to keep it up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Follow me on Twitter as well. That link is in the description below. Have an awesome day.